this chicken, we're going to bone and roll it. We're going to remove all the bones out as much as
all of them?
every single bone, as neatly as possible without trying to split the skin. Breast facing down, we'll put an incision down the back, and then what we can do, come down either side, being very careful not to go through the skin. We'll remove the main centre carcass first.
Okay.
With the tip of your knife, just run it down along there where the chicken wing is. You've got an extra little bone that sticks up. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down on top of that bone, down to the wing joint, and just try and bring the knife, just using the tip of the knife, being very careful, just to come through that joint. And we'll just come back down, try and keep that oyster cut sort of bit in this, with the skin. So you want as much meat as possible left on the skin. Going through another socket joint there. You can, once you get to this sort of point, you can fairly easily.
The ligaments you'll be able to open
it should pop out, yeah.
So I've noticed you're holding the knife in a completely unusual manner.
Yeah, by holding the knife further down, we get a little bit more control on the tip of the knife. You can see where the breast meat is on there. So we've just come down, we'll cut through that bit, and then just come down there, and just come through that. So if we do the other side now, do exactly the same thing down the other side.
Yeah.
So we'll just come down.
So what's your favourite animal to butcher?
It would definitely be beef. It's a much bigger animal. You've got there's much more physical work involved in it. But I actually quite enjoy doing that. When we come to this point, just as a tip, if you hold that up, you can see the weight of the natural weight will pull it away. So you can just run your knife along the top of the bone, and that saves you going through any skin. You know you're not going to go through the skin. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to remove the thigh bone, take the drumstick bone out, and then we'll remove the wing bones. With the tip of our knife, just run that round. Don't be scared of picking the bone up and holding the bone, and then we can just come down. Yeah, so we'll come down, and we'll come down through, and you'll find there's a joint there, so we just cut through the joint, and then we can hopefully almost roll the bone out just by using the tip of the knife just to cut away.
Yeah.
So that's that bone removed. What we now do is take the drumstick out. We take the end off, and we'll cut round just below where the joint is.
Right.
We'll cut round. So once we've cut round, we can then just use the knife just to run down and just clean the meat off. We'll come to the other end, and we'll just come round. You can see where the joint is there. We're going to come round that end of that bone just to try and come underneath. Once we get to there, we can just sort of scrape it off, and then hopefully we can just pull it through. Do the other leg now.
Hey, what about that?
Very nice, good job. Nice
Fabulous.
And clean. That's good.
What about this sinewy stuff?
With chicken, it's not a major issue because generally the sinews can be quite soft. So when you cook it, they'll break down and it won't be a problem. Any excess like that, I would remove just to be sure.
If I've got access to it like that.
Yeah, so it's worth removing. If it was turkey, you'd want to try and remove as much sinew as possible because they can be quite chewy. They won't break down so much in the cooking.
You've deboned the legs and now wings, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
that's it. The last bones left are the wings. What we'll do with the wings, we'll take the two end bits off, virtually the same as we do with the drumsticks. So we cut round the top end and just loosen that off. And then we come back on the inside, just go around the ball on the inside. Once you've got round that end bit, you can just pull that bit out. Do the other chicken wing, all the bones out. If you roll it over, you'll find it's completely boneless, no holes in the skin.
That's another bone out
So
of there.
that's what you're trying to achieve. It's something like that.
Now I've got to get this one out and that's me done.
I'll take these bones out for you.
There we go. That's that.
Jobs are good, and look at that.